Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Heroes of Olympus read along, or like the Rick Riordan read along, I guess at this point. It's been a while. I think Ember and myself took like a 2-month break from Percy Jackson after finishing the first 5 books, I want to say. And then we decided to switch to Heroes of Olympus because that is the reading order that people are saying that we should do. So right now I did already start. Usually I don't start these before, but this is a book that I want to finish this month because it's also for Aurelium. So I already started and I'm 12% in, and there's already a lot of mystery, a lot of Percy Jackson characters that we've seen in this one. And I like the fact that it's interconnected. So I really just want to get started. I want to get back into this. I am doing like immersive reading. I do have the audiobook, and I also want to and I'm reading it on my Kobo at the same time. Sadly, my library didn't have the books in English, so that's what we're going to be doing. I am kind of curious to see where this is going to go because this is a whole set of new characters. There's one character that I don't know if they're actually good. Like they want to be good, but there's something happening there. Percy's missing. I don't think that's a spoiler because that's basically what's been said in like the first 5 chapters. We know that Percy is missing. So kind of curious to see where the hell that's going. Cause we spent 5 books with our Percy boy. We need to figure out where the hell he is. So I'm just going to go and put us into the first sprint because, like I said, I really just want to get going. I have no idea how long I'm going to be sprinting for today. I think I might just do my regular, like, 3 45-minute sprints and see how we get. If I do enjoy it and I want to keep going, of course we can, but I'm going to go for 3 45-minute sprints at the outset and see. All right. Oh, it's covering up a little bit. That's annoying. Here we go. That's better so that we can see everything. Perfect. Okay. Well then, let's go and let's get into our first sprint. I'll talk to you guys in 45 minutes. Hello. Okay. I don't know what I'm feeling about this. It's looking like we have three main new characters, and all three of them have a mystery going on. So that's interesting. Um, Hello, Ember, by the way. I saw that you joined. Felt like reading, but these sprints have made me choose to start The Lost Hero. It's a longer book. Yes, I did notice that it's all of them are pretty long. I didn't actually know this when I added them to my TBR that they're chonkers. Luckily they're middle grade, so they read pretty fast. But yeah, they're not small books, are they? I had forgotten how much the writing evolves in this series. Yeah, I'm curious to see because this is obviously his second series. So I really want to compare notes with the Percy Jackson series. I already can tell. It's still very surprising to me that they're all like what 14, 15 years old at this point. Because it's like with the Harry Potter books, where what they're dealing with should not be what kids at that age should be dealing with. Like, there's death and kidnapping and like parents that are missing and all of the things. And I'm like, this is, just because you wrap it up in Greek mythology and now apparently, I don't want to spoil it, but there's also Roman mythology now. Apparently, it's interesting. I like how it's not because it's evolving into the Roman kind. It's weird. It doesn't feel the same because of that, but still. If you mix Leo and Annabeth, you get my spirit animals and demigod. I like that. I like that description. Oh, Leo, he's a treat, and I'm still getting used to the new main characters. I'm enjoying it though. Yes, they're very distinct. They're three very different characters, which I like. There's a lot more that goes on in this series than the main Percy Jackson series. Yes. I have found that with the Percy Jackson series while I was listening to it, because I listened to all the audiobooks, um, I realized that I could it was okay if I zoned out a couple of minutes because I could just pick up and figure out what the hell's going on. With this one, I feel like that might not be the case. Because they also switch perspectives and like POVs so many times, and we're still in the beginning, so everything is being set up, so it makes sense. But I feel like if I miss a small bit, I've actually had to rewind a few times just to re-listen to it. And I'm also very annoyed that I do not know Greek mythology or like Roman mythology as much as I do want to, because I feel like I would be able to figure out so much more of this plot already if I did. So I feel like I want to do like research or something just to figure it out. Also, just this whole thing is coinciding with me also reading Circe at the same time. So there's a lot of Greek mythology going around right now in this house, and I can't say that I'm annoyed at it. I very much enjoy it. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Um, yeah, they're way too young to be going through all of these things. You zone out and then you're listening to a different POV. Yeah, they go really fast. Which is also a good thing, in my opinion, because this is middle grade, so I don't think you can entertain kids from that age group and age category with like chapters that are pages long. I think that's probably by design, like the quick switching of the POVs just to keep them entertained and interested. I just thought of that, but that seems like it might be right. So, also there's something in there for everyone because we have 2 boys and a girl. So that's good. I could actually see a lot of the kids that I've had come through at work get interested in these. Yeah. I'm looking to study more mythology this year as realizing I know very little. Yes. Yes, I do have mythos on my bookshelves. Like it's on there, and I did read it at some point, but I think one of the things about mythos that got really dense, it's accurate, but there's like 100 gods in there, and it gets so confusing. But I feel like now, because I'm also in the era of like taking notes while I read, and especially reading nonfiction, I feel like I might figure it out now, just as long as I take notes, you know? I have Cersei. I've been meaning to read. Please read it. Please do. Hold on, I'll look at Storygraph how far I'm 28% in, and I can already feel 5-star vibes. I'm not even kidding you. I think you will enjoy it very much. Yes, I actually really do. I feel different POV allows you to get to know the main characters quicker, which I like. Yes, because you get in here, don't you? Get into the psyche. Um, Good morning, Donna. How are you today? What are you doing? Are you having a busy day today? Because it is a Friday, or is it just chill? Has the weather calmed down? It calmed down over here, so I'm curious because you had weird weather the same time we did. So I'm very curious. Hi, Donna from Ember. I got prom dress shopping with my daughter today. That's so exciting. Oh, should I be sleeping more? Probably yes. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. I had a really weird night's sleep. Believe it or not, I have been like I'm currently reading like 6 books at the moment because I want to finish Aurelium, and I'm just letting the dice like figure out what I want to read, and it got me to a point where I'm now reading my entire TBR, but you know, just letting that happen. And I'm reading Project Hail Mary as well. And tell me why I dreamt about Project Hail Mary today. Apparently, that book has weaved its way into my brain. Because, like, it's making my brain work. There's a lot of sciencey talk in there, but anyway, that was weird. Hey, Ember from Donna. Prom dress shopping is exciting, but yeah, sleep is good though. I'm wearing shorts, so if that means anything. Okay. It's not shorts weather yet over here, but it is no jacket needed weather. You know? I feel like if I would see someone wearing shorts in this weather, I'd be like, okay, not too fast. Like it's spring, you know? I've never done prom dress shopping, so I'm a little nervous, but am excited. It should be fun. I hope you have fun. I hope she finds a dress. It's a whole different vibe of say yes to the dress, I feel. Um, for me, it's hot in the sun and cold in the shade. Yes, this is the same over here. Right now, it's very overcast, which is very good for streaming. You know, it's giving ambient lighting instead of like having the lighting change every 5 seconds. But yeah, it's supposed to be 20 degrees Celsius, obviously, today, but it gets so cold at night still, which is like just an attack on the senses, which is not a fun idea. Um, but no, yeah, enough waffling. I've really this hasn't happened for me in so long. I kind of had a inkling that it might happen during Aurelium, but I'm enjoying reading so much this month. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I even like I find myself trying to figure out how I can incorporate reading into everything I'm doing. Because I'm like, all of the books that I'm reading are so good. It's like not even funny. Because obviously we're reading Air Fire, top tier. Then I'm reading Project Hail Mary, which is my first foray into sci-fi. Been trying to avoid spoilers for the movie left and right. I did see a thing for Rocky. If you know, you know. So I have an idea in my brain of what he looks like. I'm very, very concerned that that might be one of the reasons, because a lot of people have said that they cry at the end of this book. I feel like he might be the reason that I cry at the end of this book, which I'm not looking forward to. And then obviously Cersei, which is the way that she's writing is absolutely insane. The Lost Hero is different and amazing. And then I'm also reading King's Cage, which is the third book in the Red Queen series, and that popped off from page 1. So I'm doing good over here. And then having the news that my shift tomorrow, my day shift, was scrapped, which is lovely. So I get to stay home because, good news, there's no kids. All the kids have a fun place to go to. So I would be there and have nothing to do. So they told me I could stay home, which is lovely. That was a very long ramble just to say that I'm enjoying my life at the moment. Anyway. It was very foggy yesterday, then rain, then sunny, then rain, then sunny. Oh, we know what that's like. I read 6 books this month and only 2 were not rereads. I mean, this tracks though, because you've been in a reading slump and then having not reading rereads is a great way to get out of it, in my opinion. That's a great tactic. Because you know what's coming and you know you're going to enjoy it, so I might as well. And also 6 reads already? Jesus Christ, slow down. We should have a combination video of your comments on your lighting during sprints. We really should. We really should. I finished a book yesterday, but it was the first in a while for me. Yeah, how many books have I read? Finished this year? 9. I finished 9, which is not bad. But I think 3 or 4 of those were in the last 3 weeks. So yeah. Probably 2 to 3 weeks, but that's a long time for me. Okay. Yes, yay for the extra day off. Yes, I do not mind. I do not mind. It's also very exciting because it's during the Aurelium what does she call it? Not all-nighter, does she? When she does the 24-hour readathon for Aurelium. So I was only supposed to be able to read after I got home. And now I can just participate in all of it, which is very exciting. I will be sleeping. Sleep is way too important. Do I say I have read 32 books this year so far? I thought you said you were in a slump. Anyway, yes, congratulations on finishing a book. We all know that it can be a challenge. I've read 50. I need to catch up. But I also have a plan for the month of May that is making me very excited. So I'll give me a second. Okay, let me cook. More time for reading with the day off, 100%. 100%. I think I've already done the adulty admin-y bits. I will be reading the entire time. Thanks, Donna from Ember. I have to say the books I've finished this year have mostly been over 4 stars, so really lucky. That does help when you've been in a slump. Yeah. Readathon announcement is today on Instagram. Oh, hold on, shut up. I did see Hold on. Did I see the 72 hours one? I saw you post about the 72 hours. I haven't seen you post about Readathon. When is Wait, Readathon for May? Oh no. Are you gonna like throw off all of my plans for May? I might be able to. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Got distracted by learning Yu-Gi-Oh, but back to reading now. Oh, perfect. Yay, Readathon. Yes, I do love Readathon as well. That is for May. Okay. You might be thwarting all of my plans. I mean, I can do it. We'll figure it out. We can figure it out. Need to get my act together and plan Dice-a-thon. I will be there. You know I will be. Honestly, my dice is next to me at all times at this point in my life. If you need any help, I'm here. I would love to help. There might be points where I just zone out for a second. Because work. It's like, we are like slowly dying down. I have my first team meeting on Tuesday, and I don't know how that's gonna go because there's a lot of things that need to be discussed now that I'm leaving. So we'll see. You got this. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. If you need a brainstorm, I love being a soundboard for people and just like throwing things back and forth. I love doing that. So, um, wait. What is happening? My chat just got weird again. Hold on. Let me just. Whoop. Okay. There we go. That's for June currently. Okay, so you have some time, but planning a readathon is a lot of work. I can only imagine because I have never done one. That's very daunting. That's very daunting. I'm adding so many exciting things this year. So excited. I'm so excited. Okay. Let's get us back on track with a sprint, shall we? So that you can all do the things that you want to do. Okay? So do I care about the 2 seconds? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Okay, we're gonna get back into sprinting, and I will talk to you guys again in 45 minutes. Okay? Hello. Oh, there we go. I'm 32% in, and we are getting to know a lot of who these kids are, the three main characters, and there is a lot going on. Sorry, just trying to get comfortable. Um, yeah, it is exactly like we thought. It's a lot more complicated than the Percy Jackson books, I feel. I really need to pay attention. I tried to do other things while I was listening, and that was not working out. So I had to really lock in. But I do think that the next sprint is going to be the last one, because after that, it's probably going to be time for lunch for me. And I don't really want to have to rush through that, or just get hangry on camera. Let's not do that. Let's see. Donna did say that she might go back to sleep, which I said that that's fine. Cooking breakfast. Cooked a roast yesterday, so it's bubble and squeak with bacon. Love that. I'm gonna have like a regular old lunch wrap. I'm already Well, maybe I will be making my lunch during the next sprint, because now reading about that, it's making me hungry. So, yeah, I do have the audiobook, so it should be maybe just slowing the audiobook down might be a good idea. Anyway, I am still thinking of doing the final sprint, next sprint, so that's gonna stay. Yes, it is definitely more complicated. Also just the fact that there's now the Roman thing going on and the names are different sometimes, and just keeping that straight. And then now we know who all of the kids are descended from, or I know who all of the kids are descended from. Yeah, that's gonna get very curious and very strange. It also feels like it's gonna have an effect on, hopefully, when they find Percy. Might get interesting. Um, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It is like, seriously, it is just 12 o'clock over here, so it is just that time to get to get lunch. Also, I'm I've been getting up at like 7:30 constantly, like consistently for the past couple of weeks, which is good, because considering I've gone back to work, I thought that was not going to happen. But yeah, it seems like my body wakes up at the same time now, so I eat breakfast quite early, so it makes sense. And I haven't had any snacks of sorts. So having lunch seems like the obvious choice. Um, let's see. I'm gonna see if I can change the banner. Where are you? There we go. Just so that no one is confused. Hold on. Where'd the chat go? It's very interesting, but two Pantheon family trees to keep track of. Yeah. And it's not like the Greek one is already like complicated enough. And now they're going to throw in the Roman ones, and also the fact that I know more about the Greek gods, which is not much, and less about the Roman gods, which is worse. So I feel like I'm kind of flailing who is who and what is happening. But it is very interesting. It's a very interesting switch to kind of be like, well, the Greek gods turn into the Roman gods, and they're kind of the same, but kind of different, but they're still the same people in a way. They just evolved with what people thought of them, which brings in a whole interesting conversation about, if gods would exist, would they be the gods that we just think about? And because, like, a mass manifestation of sorts. So it's making me think about an episode of Supernatural, is basically what I'm saying. Where when enough people believe in a thing, it happens. So I don't know when was that? It's one of the early seasons, I think, because they have to like constantly fight the like what the people think the evil thing is, and they need to change their tactic constantly because the legend changes. So I mean, it's an interesting thing to think about. Yeah, same. Same. I know little to none. Culture and history is an interesting subject, yes. And then weave in religion in there. I mean, religion is a hot topic at the moment, considering what a certain person has done over Easter weekend. Let's not get into that, shall we? Supernatural and Percy Jackson fanfic coming up, right? Could you imagine the Percy Jackson kids in the Supernatural universe? Sam and Dean would be so annoyed. They'd be like, really? That's not, angels weren't enough? Honestly, it'd be so funny. They would feel the need to babysit and then be probably saved by the kids, which would be hilarious. Okay, let's go and do our final sprint. I don't think this is going to be one of those times where I hit 50%. Usually when we did the Percy Jackson sprints, I was able to hit like 50% by the end of them. I don't think this is going to be the case. I don't think this is going to be the case because we really need to pay attention. So anyway, we can try. I made a decent dent. I started at, what was it, 12%, and I'm at 32. So I'm not mad about it. Okay, let's get into our final sprint, shall we? I'm gonna probably go away and make myself lunch because I am now hungry. I've realized. They would be they would be Dionysus level camp directors with like cursing and booze and all of the things. There's no way they would be good. Well, no. Sam would be good. Sam would be a good camp director. And get this, the lore out of all of them. And then Dean would be Dionysus level. He would just not care. Might give them like fighting lessons. That would probably be his thing. Yeah. But then like when they would get injured, he'd be like, just walk it off. Stop whining. That's what I think. And then secretly when they go on missions, he would be like worried sick. That's what I think. Okay. Let's start our final sprint, and I'll talk to you guys after. And there we go. That was our final sprint. Almost at the halfway point. I'm 43% in. And I love Leo. He is so unserious. Uh he's a fun time. He's a fun time. And then the whole quest thing. What is happening with these Roman and Greek versions of these gods? I don't know what that is all about. And I'm very curious to see where it's going to end up. I don't like saying this, but I think I might like this more than Percy Jackson at this point in time. But then you can't really. Can you compare the two? I don't know. I don't know. I think, are the ages different for the readers that it was intended to or for? I don't know. It's very different, in my opinion. For some reason, it holds my attention, and it just seems to move quicker. So, yeah, I'm very, like, wondering where the hell this is gonna go, because I don't even have a guess as to where Percy is. I thought maybe he was at a certain spot, but he wasn't. So I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. We had Shannon join in and say hello. So I said hi, and so the Ember. I also made and had lunch. Ate brunch and watched some esports. And couldn't multitask with the audiobook. Yes. Paying attention to a game and then at the same time paying attention to an audiobook. Yeah. Leo is my fave. I think we have the same vibe. Oh, really? You're rereading The Lost Hero. How did you find it? The first time you read it. Have you read all of the Rick Riordan books? Do you have a favorite? I'm very curious about these things. Also, are you in Ember's Discord? Because we have a little spot where we can talk about all of the things. So if you want to, you can join there. The series does go into why there can be two versions of the same god later. Okay, glad that's at least gonna get answered, because I have no clue at this point. I guess it depends on who they're talking to and what their lineage is. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm not going to. Yes, excited to have you join. With that, now I'm kind of annoyed that I decided that it was the last sprint, because one more sprint would have gotten me to 50%. So I don't know what to do now. But I think maybe I'll just read when we end sprints and I'll get to the 50% mark and then just go back to rolling the dice, because as I've said, this weekend is full of fun 24-hour read-alongs. Also, there is the page-a-thon thing happening by Eleanor Reads, Pages with Cassidy and Lexi, who are doing like a 24-hour readathon that by the amount of pages that you read, you can control what's happening in their day. So, because sprints have been working for me to keep me like engaged, I think this weekend is going to be very good for my reading. I think. I read the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series, and I'm reading all of the Heroes of Olympus books. I love Greek and Roman mythology. That's amazing. I haven't kept up with everything going on. That's completely fine. I'm just like now getting back into checking out everyone and what everyone has been up to, because I disappeared for like 2 months. So it's taking some time to catch up on everything. But then again, you know, Aurelium has always been the readathon that's getting me out of reading slumps and making me read a lot. So I think that right now, I said I'm in the middle of 6 reads. 5 of those are for Aurelium. And like I'm getting close to halfway to all of them. I'm around, well, let's say like 35% pretty much on all of them. So I'm hoping to at least finish one this weekend. I do have to leave for a night shift, but that's only on Sunday. So next week is pretty busy at work, so that might be a slower reading week, but still, I have audiobooks, so that always helps on the commute. Yeah. And I get very excited because all of the books that I've picked out are very good. Very good. I'm enjoying all of them. Okay. Before I ramble on for another 500 hours, I am just going to say bye to everyone. I am doing Throne of Glass sprints. Do I remember when? No, I do not. Let me go and check. Because I'm also doing a Throne of Glass read along with Donna, and that is planned for the 25th. So that is next Saturday. So next week I'm doing Throne of Glass sprints for Airfire. Very excited about that. And then the day after that we have the bi-weekly bookmark sprints. I do also want to film a video today or tomorrow to post on Sunday, which is what I had planned, but then I also really want to read. And I did decide not to like push myself too much for these next couple of months while I am in the throngs of having to switch jobs and all of the things that come with that. So we'll see. We'll see where the day takes us. Fine. Everything's fine. Again, thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me. And I hope to see you soon somewhere on the interwebs.